Welcome to Slaughterville, Oklahoma. I'm actually between Slaughterville and Noble, out in the country. And this is our property here. So we actually got 2 acres out here. It's a pretty cool place to live. Quiet, fairly quiet, uneventful. That's the way we like it. Let's go ahead. I'm going to do an open box of these knives. We're going to check them out. Just got them in the mail. Alright, we're going to open these up. This is from Poland, Lithuania. And got here fairly quick. Only took, I don't know, it was 2 or 3 days. So let's go ahead and open them up. Alright, so these are made in Germany. It says Kampfmeister combat knife Mark III. I'm not sure what MFH stands for. It says make your own adventure. So these are exact copies, made in Germany. It says right here, Freyung, Germany. So let's go ahead and take this out and look at it. Oh, okay, cool. There's a lanyard. I mean, not the lanyard, but the leg tie. Comes with a lanyard. That's pretty neat. So this doesn't have the web belt attachments. You know, your metal piece up here that's designed to go on a military web belt through the holes. So this just has the belt loop here with the retention, which is fine. Oh wow, there's like no spring tension in there. That's interesting. So you're not going to get any spring tension in that. The knife's going to just come right out. So pretty cool. The only thing, it doesn't have the spring retention. I wonder if one could be put in here. I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know if this could be adjusted some way. I don't know if I can. I've never really messed with these spring tensions in these, but I'll have to see what I can do with that. But feels pretty good, looks pretty good. So let me grab my other Mark III, my Ontario, and let's compare them. But so far, pretty nice for the price. You know, $49. I'm pretty happy with it. So let's go. I'll get that other Mark III and we'll just kind of compare them. All right, guys, I've got my other Ontario Mark III. This is the USA version made by Ontario, and here's the German one. And so far, I'm really impressed with this German version. I just thought we'd do a little comparison here and talk about it. The markings are pretty much exactly the same. They're going to be a little bit different. The fonts are a little different on the 2V3, what is that, 2V376, so a little bit larger font, and just a little bit larger font on the Mark III. But what I love about this is the primary grinds on the German version are a little higher. Other than that, they're almost exactly identical. They weigh about the same weight. And the quality here, I'm really impressed with this German Mark III. And the secondary cutting edge, the secondary grind lines that came from their factory are just, I'm just kind of blown away by them. They're just outstanding. And the on the primary grind, the factory grinds where they did the primary grind are a little bit more pronounced. Pretty impressed with it. And I was looking at this. I've never messed around with these Mark III sheaths much, but this spring pops out and I can adjust that. I think I'm going to be able to press that where this is going to be able to be snug, that's going to be cool. But check this out. Got a piece of paper here. This is right out of the box with a German. Pretty darn sharp. So we got some shooters back there, don't we? It's pretty sharp. I mean, I can tell I'm going to be able to run that along a stone, and I'm going to have that thing, it's just going to be razor. The secondary grind is just outstanding. I can't get over it, but the steel quality, I actually think it's either the same equivalent. It's got to be pretty much equivalent to the 440A. The blade thickness is exactly the same. The spine serrations are almost identical. The coating looks a little bit different. This looks like the Ontario looks more like a black oxide. I'm not sure what type of coating this is. I don't think it's black oxide, but it's still pretty nice. So overall, I mean, for the price, 50 bucks, just amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I just totally dig it. So I'm happy with it. And so yeah, so I'll just got 2 of these in my collection now from Germany. I'm actually probably going to stamp Germany on the pommel ends of these, and I think that'll be pretty cool. So this is a little surprise I got coming up on my March 14th hollow handle survival knife day. This is a vintage hollow handle survival knife. So I'm going to unbox this for that March 14th video. So it's pretty cool. I got another surprise coming too for that video, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. I will catch you on the next one. Alright guys, I thought I'd add this to the end. I'm going to show you how I'm going to adjust my spring tension for this one that's from Germany. Here's the one that's from Ontario, and I'm just going to match that bend. So I'll go ahead and work on that. And also I want to talk about the steel on this. I came in, did some testing on this blade, and this is a really hard, I'm almost convinced that this is D2 tool steel, which is pretty cool. We're going to talk about that. So let me work on this spring tension, then we'll come back. Okay, so I just matched the angle of bends in this Ontario. So I just thought I'd show you guys if you happen to get one of these. Here's the Ontario. So it's kind of got a swervy bend. It goes down where these are tight here. It does a little round, and then it does another little curve there. Hopefully you guys can make that out. So there's the bends, and then I just matched that one on this German one, and we're going to pop it in. Yeah, hang on. Got it backwards. Yeah, that was real bright. Let's see. Let me turn this around. There we go. It goes into that little tab on the front. There we go. Outstanding. Squared away. Okay, let's talk about this steel a minute here in this knife. I want to go over this. Okay, so I was working this on my, I did a carbon test on it. So what I do is we add a little bit of, I use engine oil and Slick 50, a 50-50 mix. This is one way that I test for steel hardness, and I test to see how much carbon is in a blade. But if you just lightly run your blade, I use like a S pattern, and I've got that at about a 12 to 15 degree angle. And I do this little S pattern back and forth real lightly. I'm just lightly letting that blade edge hit all that oil, okay? But I want to show you something here. Let me get a, I just did it, you saw I just did a few little swipes. So check this out. I'm take a white cloth. Now we're going to just swipe that. See that black and that dark? That's carbon. So this steel has quite a bit of carbon in it. Another thing that I noticed about it, it's a lot harder than this 440A that's in this. This steel is way harder than the steel in this Mark III. I'm positive that this is D2 tool steel. They use D2 tool steel on this knife. I'm pretty convinced that it's D2 because it's got, that's a lot of carbon for that many swipes, just that few of swipes with that much carbon deposit and the hardness of this thing. I'm like I said, I'm convinced this is D2. So outstanding quality knife. I'm gonna try to get me some more of these for that $49 price point. I'm just really blown away with this knife. The blade's getting razor sharp too. And so yeah, let me finish that up and I'll do a little paper cutting demo. Alright guys, we're gonna finish the video out here. I'm gonna do a little demo here on sharpening stone. And when you have a really hard steel like this steel, and I'm like I said, I'm positive this is D2 tool steel. When you have a really hard steel, I'm going to show you what you can do to keep your edge razor sharp and just kind of keep it, you know, like you need it. So I put some oil on this stone, and we're just going to lightly, you would think we would go back to a 12 to 15 degree angle, but we're actually going to angle it up a little bit. Just use the weight of the blade because the steel is so hard, we want that to be tilted a little bit more. So we're going to use this little S pattern and the weight of the blade. See, normally I would pitch it about 12 to 15 degrees there, but I'm going to bring it up. We're just going to let the weight of the blade right along that cutting edge. This is what you do when you've got a really hard steel like this. I'm at probably about a 35 to 40 degree angle. Okay. Let's just wipe this blade off. Let's inspect it real quick. It feels great that way. Outstanding. Let's go a little bit more right here. Okay. Let's see if we can slice this paper. Okay guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one.